Are you waiting for the narcissist in your life to apologise? Well, stay tuned in this episode because I'm going to share with you exactly the answer to that question. Can a narcissist actually apologise? Hi everybody, my name is Caroline Strawson and I'm a positive psychology trauma-informed coach and somatic therapist, helping people just like you move from post-traumatic stress to post-traumatic growth after the trauma of narcissistic abuse. And I'm really excited that you found my channel for whatever reason. You've been Googling, you've been looking for searching, because it really is my mission, because I've been exactly where you are right now. You wouldn't have recognized me 10 years ago, you really wouldn't. So if you have just joined me, or maybe you're a regular viewer, make sure you hit that bell and subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my videos. You know, I really like to feel like I incorporate trauma-informed awareness and positive psychology together with the neuroscience, really helping you understand why we feel the way that we do, because that's really important to me and to you, because that can really help you on your healing journey as well. So you don't just survive, you thrive. So can a narcissist actually apologise? Well, there's two elements to this question, and it was really interesting because I put a post out on Instagram the other day about this. And it sparked quite a lot of debate around can they, can't they? Well, mine has, yeah, but mine never has, and mine has, but didn't mean it. So I kind of want to put all of that to bed to help you understand. Narcissistic abuse is complex. There's never a kind of one size fits all because, you know, I even teach this. I actually teach people to become narcissistic trauma-informed coaches. And you know, when I teach them around narcissism, there are 10 different types of narcissists, obviously then who behave in very, very different ways. So it's important to recognize that when you come and watch these longer videos that I do go into a little bit more detail about them, or over on my podcast, on social media. These are snapshots to engage in conversation to really help and support you further on your healing journey. Now, some of you that are involved in narcissistic relationships, it may be your partner, an ex-partner, it could be a parent, or even a friend or a co-worker. And this goes hand in hand across the board around this. So, narcissists can apologise. That's the first thing to say. But there, you know what's coming, don't you? There is a but coming, okay? So narcissists can apologise because, let's face it, what is an apology? It is words that come out of somebody's mouth, okay? That's really what an apology is. But what makes that apology meaningful is what is behind that and then how the other person receives it. Now, I know for me, my ex-husband, who was a covert narcissist, did apologise. But he apologised in those moments where he'd been caught cheating, for instance. And of course, the tears would come and the sorry would come out. So yes, he apologised, if you want to think of the word as he said those words, I am sorry, that came out of his mouth. But here's the rub when we talk about narcissistic abuse. Narcissists will only ever do something if they get something back. And we call this their drug of choice, which is narcissistic supply. So if a narcissist apologises, 100% they are doing that because they know by doing so they will get something back. They will get narcissistic supply. So in my case, for instance, when my ex-husband apologised for cheating, him saying, I'm so sorry, and crying, the narcissistic supply that he got from that was, yeah, you know what's coming, right? Me comforting him. You know, when he went through and I found out that he'd been cheating, and the first time when I was 6 months pregnant, I ended up comforting him, and it gets worse. I even comforted the person that he was having an affair with, because I could actually see in some respects how she'd been duped from my husband. And I can also see in some respects that I actually felt a bit sorry for her. She didn't know I was pregnant. You know, he clearly said exactly the things that he needed to say for a reason like that too. So a narcissist can say those words, they can say that, but we have to look at what is the intent behind that to get what. So for me, obviously it was, you know, comforting him, and all of a sudden then it became about him, not about me. And of course, that is what a narcissist wants. Because remember, narcissists are deeply wounded individuals as well. You know, many of us think that they're really confident and that actually they're amongst the most deeply wounded, insecure people you'll ever come across. Their behavior and their projection of that pain is what makes the narcissism in that scenario. So yes, a narcissist can apologize, as in they can say those words. Can a narcissist apologize and actually mean it authentically? No, they can't, because they are driven at all stages of not feeling their own inner wounds, and it is constant projection all of the time, and to say and do whatever it is they need to do to get that narcissistic supply from you or indeed from other people as well. So a narcissist will only apologize if they are getting something back. So yes, they can apologize insofar as they say the words. However, the meaning behind an apology is it isn't meaningful. They don't mean it in the true sense of, when I apologize, I mean it. And I want to say sorry to the person. And if I've done something, how can I change? What can I do? What can I learn from this? That's not what a narcissist does. But I get it. It makes it really, really difficult for you if you're in a relationship with a narcissist and say something happens, and then all of a sudden they're saying sorry. So how do you know then? I know you're all kind of thinking, well, how do I know if they're a narcissist then? If they're actually saying it, how do I know that? Start to look at other patterns of behavior. Start to look at how you feel in your body. A lot of the work that I do is around the somatics, the embodiment piece, so what we feel, because it's about our nervous system. When we try to heal from narcissistic abuse, often we're just trying to use our front part of our brain, which is called our neocortex, which is our logical, rational part of the brain. You can't think your way out of narcissistic abuse healing. You have to work in the body, or what we call a bottom-up approach. We have to look at our nervous system. We have to go back. We have to look at our childhood. It really is complex trauma when we've been through narcissistic abuse, because it isn't just in that moment with the narcissist. Actually, it gives us an opportunity to look really at everything else in our life. And that's why a lot of the work that I do, I talk a lot about what's called post-traumatic growth, which is a positive psychology term we use, where people go on to have an even more joyful, meaningful, and connected life because in spite of the trauma that they have been through. Maybe that's the narcissistic abuse. Often there's other stuff prior to all of that as well. It may not seem like it's trauma at the time, but very often it's about our perception of certain situations as well. And that then leads us to maybe be in relationships with narcissists. So really, when we start to bring that awareness to the fact we're in a relationship with a narcissist and take even those teeny tiny steps into healing from narcissistic abuse, what it is it's really important to recognize those teeny tiny steps will then lead to giant leaps. But in those moments when you have those teeny tiny steps, you need to be in communities that support you, believe you, see you. So I don't know about you, I often felt unbelieved. I felt like I was the crazy one. I felt like people would say, really? I can't imagine him saying that. Really? Are you sure he meant it like that? If it's that bad, why don't you just leave then? All of these things that they would say to me, not understanding actually what trauma was. Me staying in the relationship in some way felt safer. And that again is all to do with our nervous system. Having breadcrumbs of love from my husband in the marriage felt safer to me than having none, because having none would trigger my feelings of not feeling good enough. At least I was kind of good enough because I had a relationship and a marriage. So again, it's a very, very complex issue. And most people, again, I'm not here to diagnose at all. You need to go and seek your healthcare provider. But most people that come to me or in my communities are suffering with what we call complex PTSD. So complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Complex meaning over a period of time. PTSD is just singular events. Complex means over a period of time. And complex PTSD sadly isn't even recognized. So, some of you may have been diagnosed with PTSD. It will be complex PTSD at the end of the day, but that's not the one that's recognized in the DSM, which is a big, big, thick manual that mental health professionals use to diagnose conditions. But the majority of us, I know I was diagnosed with PTSD. I know it was complex PTSD. I had depression, anxiety. I was self-harming as well. So, all of these things, it wasn't just about breaking up a relationship. It wasn't just about the relationship not being happy. Narcissistic abuse is unlike anything. And I really want you to know that what you're going through is not easy to heal from, but it is absolutely possible. I see so many people, even taking their teeny tiny steps into this. I have a great, stupidly low cost healing membership called Thrivers, where it's like $7, £6 a month. It's under a tenner a month. And you get to come and ask me questions live every week. So I'm literally like, it's like having, if you want to have me in your pocket, you need to come and join Thrivers at the end of the day. And if you want to know a bit more information, I'll pop the link in the comments and the show notes below the video as well. You can have a little read about it, because it is stupidly low cost and you get so much value for that as well. Because that sometimes is just your first little step into healing from narcissistic abuse. Being around other women, other communities where they get it, they understand, they're not shaming you into feeling like you are the crazy one. And that's a really, really big part of it as well. So a narcissist can apologize they can say those words, I am sorry. But the meaning behind it is not like the meaning of a true, authentic meaningful apology. They are always doing it to get something back. So next time your narcissist apologizes, look at how you act or have previously acted when they've apologized, because that will give you some information. Look at how you feel in your body. What sensations are you noticing? Okay. And actually, and let's be honest, this is the bottom line of this. What are they actually apologizing for in the first place? Because as we know, just saying sorry doesn't mean something hasn't happened. You know, even if I'd been in a relationship with somebody who wasn't a narcissist and they cheated, them saying sorry wouldn't suddenly make me go, oh, okay then, that's fine then. You know, it hurts, it ruptures within the nervous system, and we start to feel a certain way. The trust issues start to come up too. So I hope this really helps with, you know, it's like empathy, which is in the DSM, listing one of the 9 traits of a narcissist. You know, lack of empathy is in there. Well, again, a narcissist can fake empathy, and I've got other videos on that. Go and look up, can a narcissist fake empathy? Because it's about the cognitive side of it. Cognitively, a narcissist can really think rationally and logically, what do I need to do and say right now to get my narcissistic supply? Because they're that calculating, and that's exactly what they do. There's no meaning behind it. So I hope that helps. Make sure you've liked and subscribed to my channel. I'm here to help you. You know, if ever you want to have some YouTube videos and give me some suggestions, please either pop them in the comments below, because we always have team looking at those, or indeed drop me an email at hello@carolinestrawson.com, where I love hearing from you. Make sure you come and follow me over on Instagram and on Facebook, and yeah, take a look at Thrivers. You know, I don't want you to just survive. I want you to thrive and flourish and move from post-traumatic stress to post-traumatic growth. Take care, my friends. See you on the next video.